Today we are here with Kawasaki ZX-10R Ninja. This is the 30th year anniversary version, which has this special colors all around. In 2004, when the ZX-10R was first launched in the millennium, it was the dog's bollocks. But after that, the Ninja ZX-10R became more and more emasculated, became more and more sedate, and left alone on its side. Then, in 2011, this bike came out and it kicked everybody in the ass. This is the most powerful Japanese litter bike in this sports bike category. It goes like hell. We have to confess that without the modes on the drive and also on the traction control, this bike could be a bit of a handful to ride. Now, with all these helpful electronics, it became much more user-friendly. Still, it is a bike for the people who know how to ride a motorcycle. We do not suggest to anyone who is not well experienced riding bikes to ride something like this. This is really a man's bike. Let me describe you the feeling, the sensation of this thing. When I open the throttle, the whole menu of the lunch is moving in my stomach. When I apply the brakes, the blood is nearly oozing out of my nose. So this is that kind of power and that kind of brakes that this bike has. Now, I was riding this bike, this ZX-10R, thinking that it had ABS, but it didn't. Yet, although in Istanbul the roads are filthy and dirty and very bad, the brakes worked perfectly, flawlessly, and it didn't slide a bit. It came to me as a shock that it wasn't ABS equipped. But anyway, it handles brilliantly, thanks to these Tokiko calipers, which were specially made for this bike. For the last couple of years, Kawasaki is considered to be the exotica part of Japanese bikes. We have to give examples like this. The steering damper made by Altin, and it's electronically equipped. So it has this Showa big piston forks. It has a matching suspension. It goes like hell, it handles brilliantly, except with these tires. We really didn't like these Bridgestone OM tires, BT-016 I think. They are Batlaks, but on the adequate tarmac of Turkish roads, these tires do not handle that good. With a bike this good, these tires are a shame. We have to consider something like Pirelli Supercorsa probably for these. Anyway, Kawasaki designed this bike with this Komodo dragon look on the head with an open mouth for ram air duct and with a big ass, a very big tail. But the strange thing is, this tail does not accommodate a lot of things. Well, you can barely fit a glow inside, a pair of glows. That's all you can fit inside. Yet the comfort for the rider is exceptionally good. Because they designed this bike with the indicators integrated to the tail, when we take off these plate holders, you don't have to find new indicators. So it's really clever design. On its tiny instrument console, you can have the gear indicator, you'll have the onboard computer, and also the RPM is shown by this LED light. It's quite original. But the good good thing is, when we're approaching the ignition cutter, the upper range of the RPM, the whole console starts to blink. So we don't have to take our eyes off the road and look the console on back on the road. It just blinks down, so indicating that we have to change the gear. They also made a song and a dance about this eco mode of this bike, the mode that you can find on each and every Kawasaki nearly now. Well, the thing is, the eco mode, what they call as an eco mode, is just a small tiny dot of LED indicator there. It's 3 circles and a small writing saying eco. It just starts to light up when you switch off the throttle, when you're going really slow. It's just that. And when you can ride this bike in eco mode, it doesn't consume that much, they say. We couldn't test that because if we're riding a ZX-10R, what's the point of riding it slowly? Then why should we own a Ninja then? The indicator integrated mirrors show exceptionally performance. For a sports bike, they really give a good field of view. Going uphill, really opening the throttle with a handful, it starts to wobble a bit. I think that's because of my 95 kilograms of weight and a bit of soft preload on the back suspension. Maybe a bit of more preload on the rear damper should calm this behavior. In order to own this bike in Turkish standards, you have to be very rich. It is about 19,000 euros in September of 2014. But that's not all. You also have to be very rich to run it, because it consumes something around 9 to 10 liters on each and every 100 kilometers. So you have to pay all the time. What we like about this bike: handling, goes like sting, looks, the attention to detail, the quality of the paint. These are all nice. What we don't like is the price tag and the consumption, which is, considering the thrill it gives, it's quite okay. We love this Ninja. Yet be careful with this thing, because you might have an appointment with the upstairs.